And that it's actually very difficult now to talk about climate change in the current economic situation. There are some very easy wins. We've talked for many decades, and I've been doing this for at least 20 years, we've talked about energy efficiency, and these are win-win situations where business can reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and save themselves money. But I think there are some bigger challenges beyond that. I think one of the major things we have to recognise is post-Copenhagen, the biggest impact of new regulation will fall mainly on the business sector. It is businesses who are going to have to change their behaviour in order to adhere to new regulations. On the other hand, I think because of the recession, governments are increasingly worried, increasingly reluctant to put too much pressure on the business sector. And that in itself is creating an interesting dynamic, I think, that it may well be that because of the recession, businesses may not be pushed as much as they would have done if it were not for that recession. I think one of the things we have to recognise, though, is that in order to act responsibly in terms of climate change, there is a cost involved. And I know Jeannie agrees with that because I was reading a publication where she was quoted recently as saying that we have to accept that there are costs associated with being responsible. So it's not all a sort of win-win scenario around energy efficiency. One of the things that's on the table for Copenhagen, and who knows where this will go, is things like renewable energy targets. And there are very, very big opportunities in this respect, and I'm going to come back to that in a little while. Is climate change on the agenda? It is. Some recent research that CSR Asia did, and we just released that research about 10 days ago, suggested that in this region, climate change is the #1 priority amongst stakeholders interested in CSR. And I've just put the whole list up there. But this was research where we actually conducted surveys amongst key stakeholders in the region, and consistently climate change was seen as the #1 priority for businesses to deal with. So it's very much on the agenda in Asia, and it's quite timely, I think, that we're having this talk today.